This week, we're helping a family who loves the outdoors expand their patio to better meet their needs.
This is it.
The petite little hideaway here.
Yeah.
It is cozy.
I've been helping homeowners improve their home for a lot of years. They think it's intimidating, but it actually can be a lot of fun.
And we're here to help. Dad's the expert, but I've learned a few things along the way.
Practical, realistic home improvement information is what today's homeowner is all about. This little house, surrounded by plants and gardens, is home for Eric and Karina.
So we've been together about 2 years.
2 years of pure bliss.
Enjoy.
So we're a blended family. I have 2 kids, she has 2 kids.
And they get along some of the time. And
Most of the time.
Love each other all the time.
Yeah.
So that.
Yeah, that's real.
Back it. Okay, stop. Stop. Back it up.
One of the things we connected on was liking to grow things, right? But it's funny because I like to grow things I can eat, while she likes to grow things that look pretty, and it works out.
Don't they smell good? Yeah. Can you smell them? So I found this house a little bit before Eric and I met. And the yard was really what sold it. There's orange trees in the backyard and a playground across the street, and it's blocks from the school, so we can walk to school. So it was all kind of about the location. So I've worked for about 16 years in the horticulture industry. I work with a company that develops new plants. What I do is marketing, so I write about plants and I take pictures of plants. I don't often grow the plants at work, so I have to channel that into my home life.
And so this is
This is
the
it.
patio.
Uh-huh.
The petite little hideaway here.
Yeah.
It is cozy. If you have more than us and the kids, if we have other couples or other children over, it's like you're all balancing your plates on your laps.
This is a great backyard with lots of established plants, but it's a lot smaller in real life than it looks in pictures.
Yeah, I know. When you see the pictures, it looks like a little more room to work with. We need to make sure we don't do anything to make it feel any smaller. What would be what you would really like to see here?
Maybe extending the patio out a little bit, and maybe covering up some of this dirty, muddy area where the dog likes to run and make her little racetrack, especially on rainy days. She runs around the yard a lot. That turns into mud, you know, into the house and all of that. So maybe a way to have the grill be more included in the space.
Yeah, it looks like it's its own little island over there.
How we have to work around getting to the grill, and you don't have a lot of room to work with.
And then you're at the grill with your back
To everybody.
Yeah, the flow isn't good at all. And then I've sort of gotten a little out of control with the container gardening. I like the mobility of containers, but then you end up with pots everywhere.
Yeah,
right?
that kind of holds it back a little
We
bit.
can work with this, yeah.
So I'm planting them outside, I'm putting them in containers. It's a problem.
And then I noticed you have French doors. That's really nice. They both open.
Yes.
They do.
So do you ever like leave them open while you have people over?
They're open a lot. And I pretty much, as soon as the weather's nice, I open the doors and leave them open. And so I think that can be a little challenging because he doesn't like bugs at all. And at all.
Me and her daughter gets it worse than anybody. I don't know what it is about our blood, but the mosquitoes like us better than everybody else.
Right, so that is a challenge. You want to kind of, have the outside come in, but not all of the outside.
Well, we've got a great screen solution for that right there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a way that we can be able to have some screens here that retract. We'll
get
show
the
you all
breeze
about
without
that.
the
Nice
bugs.
cross
And
breeze,
they're
Yeah.
pretty too?
Yeah, they're pretty. Yeah,
Oh.
easy to use.
That's
now,
nice.
Now the challenge when you're adding on to any patio, of course, you first thing you want to do is to match what's here. This tile's fairly common, but it's been down a while. So, when you can't match it exactly, you go with something completely different. So we might suggest something else there, Chelsea. I'm sure you have some ideas.
Yeah, and the yard's kind of small, but y'all don't mind eating it up with more patio?
No, we find that often we're just sort of gathering here and
Yeah.
enjoying the
Yeah.
outside. A lot of the activity can be out in other
Okay.
areas. This is more hanging out together, gardening, and things
Yeah.
like that.
Hold me right there.
So you think room for like a dining table, that kind of like eating?
I mean, I think
or
that would be fun.
lounging?
Yeah.
If this was deeper, then it almost seems like we could have a table and chairs either here or out there.
Yeah.
And then we like the vines there because they're a nice
This?
screen.
Yeah.
But, that trellis has been there a while. So it just felt like maybe we could improve that a little.
So we'll figure out a way to expand the existing patio
Right.
area, and then I think a retractable screen on that back door will serve for some marital bliss there. So,
And I have some ideas to give some space for Karina's plants, because she has quite a few.
all right, we got all the toys we need right here.
All right.
We're clearing off the patio and it's opening up. I mean, all of a sudden we have more space. Oh, a clean slate.
You might be wondering, why in the world would I be filling ice cream cones with dirt? Well, if you're a gardener, you know that it's best to start your plants from seeds indoors while it's still cool weather, and then bring them inside on a nice sunny day, put them in a window. If it's warm enough outside, you can bring them outside, but then bring them in at night. And once the plants get established and you have warm weather that's not going to get too cool at night, you can plant them in your garden. But by setting them in ice cream cones, just fill it with some potting soil, make a hole for the seeds, drop in the seeds. In this case, planting broccoli. Cover it up. And then I'll come back once this tray is full, water it to get the seeds started. But once they're established and the weather's warm, you can take the cone and all and plant it right in your garden. What you end up with is a biodegradable seed starter.
Simple Solutions is brought to you by Type Bond, the pro's advantage.
Coming up, Eric may be in hot water.
I've learned women are scary.
We're helping Eric and Karina expand their patio. You good? You got it?
I think. Oh,
Oh,
is this
sound
supposed to be
effects.
heavy?
Had some sound effects there.
I have an interesting plan that will double the size of this patio, but doesn't involve concrete or laying any pavers.
And once all the obstacles are out of the way, we can begin the digging.
All right, Karina, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for work.
Okay. Eric's gonna head and get a couple hours sleep, and then he's gonna head off for a 12-hour shift overnight, and then he's gonna get a couple more hours sleep and then get out here and help us again. This kind of not so normal schedule is pretty normal for us.
Yeah. Now you got it.
Great. Good job.
You know, the existing patio grades away from the house.
Yeah, perfect.
So the water flowing down to the new area that we're creating, we can make it pretty much level with a little bit of slope down on the downhill side. That water will be moving slowly, so that'll prevent any of the erosion that they have now.
Perfect.
So this is a landscape border that we use all the time. A lot of times we'll use it with pavers. So if we're putting pavers down, we would use it like this, put the spikes in, and your dirt and your landscaping would come up and cover this. Then you've got that nice clean edge for the pavers. We're actually going to reverse it like this. Then when we put the paver base in, it'll cover it all up. So it should be kind of a nice clean look, and it retains it so that it doesn't spill out into the yard. I didn't know when you were in a delicate situation that you turned into a garden gnome.
I'm judging your behavior.
Garden gnomes are judgy.
I know.
You need the little hat.
I just need a little rest.
The hat
and
and
the
decorative
chair was
clothing.
in the shade, so I just sat in the shade.
I saw that. It's better if you're going to sit down to hide around the corner.
Where people
so
don't
that
see
it
me
doesn't
sitting
affect,
down?
Yeah, it doesn't
You
affect
trying to hide me?
those of us that are working very hard. You know, we have a lot of paver base to move from the street to the backyard and distribute. I'm glad John from our construction company is dropping by.
Yeah, it's fun to use, but it's pretty heavy to lift.
It's a little heavy.
I've never built a patio before. I've never seen paver base. I'm not familiar with any of the materials we're working with. So to see it sort of transform so quickly, we scraped up some grass and now we have a patio.
The paver base is a great surface, and it's going to look really great when we add the pea gravel to it.
Yeah, I think so too. That's a kind of a novel way of dealing with it. But also allowing it to drain is an important part of it because they've got a little bit of erosion issue there. This will help it.
Yeah, the water will just soak right through. Okay, so I was thinking we do a light sprinkle and make sure it's even, and then we can add more, just to make sure we have enough material.
Okay, I'm gonna watch you and then follow your lead. Feeding the birds.
Yeah.
Will this be done today?
If you leave us alone, it will be.
I knew Dad would be itching to get his hands on spreading some gravel, but the pea gravel on this patio is part of the decorative feature of it, so we can't rush into this.
See, I've gotten distracted. Now I'm patting it down. Just sprinkle.
Okay.
Stay on task. I don't realize how obsessive I am about details and order until I start doing projects like this. I'm sweeping off the patio in the middle of the process. It's so you learn things, wow, about yourself. This is very soothing. I'm in the moment.
Good for you.
I come to the door and I'm like, oh, man, it's already there. And I didn't help. I want one.
Oh, you can have mine.
Good morning.
Sleepyhead. How was work?
It happened. And now it's over. Now it's actually pretty good. I was hoping that the way it was gonna work was by the time I got up, we'd be ready to start putting some of that stuff in so I could not only take part in it, but actually see how it was done. So after a good tamping, is it safe for me to step on it?
Yes.
Okay.
You want to compact the paver base as is, but we're compacting the pea gravel into it so that it'll hold the gravel. See, maybe I went too light.
See, I wasn't gonna question you.
I appreciate that.
Well, it's just I've learned.
Yeah.
Women are scary.
Wow.
Let's think about everything a woman does. Women are superheroes,
Scary, powerful.
that part. And so I don't want to anger a scary, powerful person. Besides, I know what size my bread is buttered on. I like having a happy life.
What muscles am I working right now?
All of them.
Awesome.
Whether you have outdoor lights or say holiday lights or even a water feature, say like with a fountain, wouldn't it be nice to be able to shut it off from the convenience of your bedroom or your den? Well, now you can with this right here. Now this is a smart plug by Defiant. And how this works is, let's just say you have some outdoor lighting. What you would do is you would plug it in here and then you would connect it using the HubSpace app on your smartphone. So now you can control whether you want to turn on those lights or turn off those lights. You can actually even set it on a timer through that app. And also through that app, you can control it with your voice command. So no more getting up out of bed and getting out into the cold to shut off those holiday lights, water fountain, or even those outdoor lights. You can just do it from the convenience of your smartphone.
This Best New Product segment is brought to you by the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
After the break, we got all the tools set up. You've been kind of mysterious about this.
Surprise project!
Eric and Karina's new patio is taking shape, so now we can add some accessories. So we have plenty of lumber over there. We got all the tools set up. You've been kind of mysterious about this
Surprise project!
bench with a plant shelf.
Well, Karina has so many planters around the patio. I thought she'd have more floor space in the patio if we made her a place for the planters.
I heard the term, it's out of control.
It's out of control. She's out of control.
Oh, I got you. Okay. All right.
So my thought was to make just a basic bench with the back, but then we create a little platform on the back for the plants.
That's not bad. You gonna help me with it?
Well, I was thinking Eric could help you and I could do something less
Well,
intensive.
he's probably ready to give up that particular tool he has. Okay. All right, well, let me see what I can do.
Here's your picture.
All right.
The jasmine that grows over the trellis, I'm not prepared to cut it down or move it, really.
You want the vine to stay.
Right.
So we need something to support the vine.
Well,
Right?
so what's interesting is the lattice isn't supporting the vine anymore.
Right. It's going through it.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about maybe doing vertical slats in there, like a 1x4, that we could weave in between the vines that are there, create the screening, and just vertical lines always make stuff feel taller.
I think that would be so much prettier than what's happening here.
You know, you can always make a drawing on a piece of paper, but
Yeah.
when you can do it on a piece of plywood where you can actually see the back and the slope of the back, it always is a flawless way to go about it.
Yeah.
So you dummy-proofed it for me.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
appreciate it.
Yeah, you can't go wrong this way.
That was one of the good things about helping Danny is he already had a plan in his head. He knew exactly what he was going to do. Then he even gave me some tips on things I could do because I was talking to him about being worried about splitting wood.
I used to keep a bar of soap in my toolbox, and you take it, and when you're doing a lot of screws, you'll take that bar of soap and soap it up. It goes in a lot quicker.
I knew I wanted to hang some shelves on Karina's siding, but I didn't want to put holes in the vinyl. So I found these hooks which are made specifically for hanging things on vinyl siding. So then this will be hanging from there. Well, then we need something on the back of our shelf to hang on there. So I have my picture hangers that will attach to the wood, and then the hook on the vinyl will slip in there.
Huh.
But to keep everything stable, I do want to add a little corbel.
It makes sense.
So it's not just decorative, but it is cute.
What do you have drawn out there?
That'll be our radius.
Of course.
So, you know, a little decorative radius and to prevent injury. Oh, it's pretty good for your first try.
While I'm busy executing Chelsea's plan, she and Karina start installing the slats to rebuild the privacy screen.
So do you often have to build around obstacles like...
Not like this. Never done this before.
Now as I see it going in, I'm super excited. I couldn't picture it, and having someone else help who has a vision, like that, there's a real pleasure in that. It's exciting.
I think we have a great solution for Eric's issue about the mosquitoes by having the professionally installed Wizard screen. The retractable screen will work perfect. John starts by mounting the screen enclosure flush with the door trim. Then the upper and lower edges of the screen lock into tracks along the bottom and top of the door, sealing out crawling bugs, keeping pets from pushing through, and securing the screen in windy conditions. This is the way Karina likes it, huh? Wide open, huh?
Yeah, she does, and apparently the mosquitoes do as well.
And they roll right in. Well, I think you're going to love this screen. I have one of these at my house, and one of the things I like about it, it has this handle, and you're able to, it can stop anywhere you want, and that'll prevent it from slamming over into there. It's just so easy to use, whether you're using it with this situation where both doors are open, or if you have one where just one door is open, and it closes just like that. So.
And now they can't get me.
Well, it seems like now we just need a little bit of landscaping to put the finishing touches on it.
Yeah, and Karina has a lot of experience with that, and I think she has some help to help her out.
So listen, I'm messing them up a little bit because when they go down the hole, you want them to turn and dig out into the soil and like make a home for themselves.
All of our kids, they will all want to help, but then they're all competitive as well.
I got it now.
So they're helping us plant, and then they're competing on who's helping.
Yeah. You think it's perfect?
No, it's too deep.
And they don't mind getting muddy. I mean, that's nice. That's helpful.
Sometimes.
Eric and Karina's backyard is beautifully accented with all kinds of plants, but they couldn't fully enjoy it because their patio was cramped and cluttered, to the point that the grill had to be moved out into the yard. They rarely opened the French doors because it invited in the bugs and everything was just a little dated. But now, we've doubled the size of their patio with a unique drainable surface, and we've maximized the space by relocating Karina's container plants to a new combination bench and plant shelf. More shelves on the wall display the smaller pots, and the new vertical slat trellis provides privacy and support for Karina's jasmine vine. Plus, it can be enjoyed from the inside, mosquito-free, thanks to their new retractable screen.
I envision more space, a place to entertain. Obviously, I didn't know how to get there. That's why we had to ask for help. And so to see all the components that have been put in place to make that happen, now it's space that's inviting, and I just want to go sit out there.
And I feel like it was an exercise in just trusting the process, because in your head, you're like, I don't know how all this is going to work together. But then when it all comes together, yeah, really impressed and very excited.
You know, it's amazing how you can do some very small things using materials that are readily available at the home center to make a big difference in your backyard. I hope we've been able to show you what we try to do every week here on Today's Homeowner, a few ideas and provide a little inspiration to do some things similar at your house. Hey, thanks so much for being with me and Chelsea here on Today's Homeowner. Come see us next week. What'd you think I was going to use this? I'm just leaning on it. See here, look.
I will barbecue you a chicken if you go and clean the chicken.
Okay. I'll go kill a chicken and clean it.
Wow.